And call this special meeting of July 22nd, 2024 to order. And if you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Carrie, could we have a roll call, please?
Yes. Councilmember Shippers, Ellenboss, Ingalls.
Here.
King.
Here.
Mayor Filkins.
Here. This time, if someone would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support?
Councilmember Ellenboss, Ingalls.
Yes.
King.
Yes.
Shippers, Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. This time, we'll open the floor for our first public comment. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment and move to the approval of the consent agenda. We do have the minutes from our regularly scheduled meeting on July 15th, along with the minutes from the closed session same day.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support?
Councilmember Ingalls.
Yes.
King.
Yes.
Shippers, Ellenboss, Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. And Carrie, we have an appointment today?
Yes, we have an appointment for the Cadillac Wexford Transit Authority. There's a Chris Cheryl Hack, I believe, would like to be appointed as a city representative for a 2-year term expiring on July 22nd, 2026.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the appointment of Cheryl Height to the Cadillac Wexford Transit Authority as the city-appointed representative for a 2-year term expiring on 7/22/2026.
Support.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers, Ellenboss, Ingalls.
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. And city managers report.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. This afternoon, we have before you a request for consideration regarding a proposed consent judgment in the case City of Cadillac v. Matthew McCall Stillman. Laura Genovich, our attorney, will give a brief synopsis.
Great, thank you, members of council. I'm pleased to present this proposed consent judgment for your consideration. This would resolve the lawsuit involving short-term rental activity at 128 East Pine Street. The form that you have in front of you of the consent judgment has been approved by the defendant's counsel. So once it is approved here, we will be set to enter it with the court if council approves it today. I will summarize the operative parts of it, which is largely that on and after August 28th, 2024, defendant, which is Matthew McCall Stillman, the owner of 128 East Pine, shall not use the property or allow the property to be used as a short-term rental and shall not advertise the availability of the property as a short-term rental. And that would be unless the zoning ordinance were amended to allow short-term rental there or rezoned or something like that where it would be permitted under the zoning ordinance, or if state law changed and took away short-term rental zoning authority. But absent something like that, this prohibition would run with the land, so it would be binding on future owners of the property, and they'd be required to disclose it if they sell the property. And they are also, defendant is paying $2,500 to the city after entry of this consent judgment to offset the city's legal and administrative costs incurred in this enforcement action. And I am happy to answer any questions about this.
I don't have any questions.
No.
No.
So it would be appropriate for there to be a motion to approve it and authorize us to sign and file it.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the consent judgment in the City of Cadillac versus Matthew McCall Stillman, case number 24-31523CZ.
Support.
Councilmember Shippers, Ellenboss, Ingalls.
Yes.
King.
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. This time, we'll open the floor for our second public comment, should anyone have anything to share.
First of all, I'd like to say what an awesome event we had this past weekend. It was phenomenal. There was a lot of people around. It was really a cool function for the city of Cadillac, and there were a lot of people that were saying favorable things on it, and it was just nice to see that excitement in the downtown area. So I'd like to commend you all for that successful event, if you will. I'm up here this afternoon just to comment on what has occurred, and I'm glad to hear that. That's a good thing. Let us hope we can continue with this enforcement. There are still others out there that are doing this short-term rental. They're basically in denial of anything that says they're not supposed to be doing it. And we need to continue our action against these people that are providing these short-term rentals in areas where they just cannot be in residential areas, R1 districts. And let us hope that we continue to keep a good handle on this. I know we still have the place on Cass and Division. There's a couple other in town that I think we brought to the attention of the council, and we would truly appreciate it if we could see some action done on those that are still in existence, that are still operating in defiance of the city. Thank you.
Okay, seeing no one else, we'll close public comment and move to the good of the order. Should anyone have anything today?
Just to thank Mr. Torres and everybody else who comes to these and have stayed involved in what we've talked about, following through with enforcement. Last Friday, I had 3 calls of people who had tried to report issues on our website and had problems. And Owen Roberts graciously came to my office, tried to help me troubleshoot. There were some issues. Please, 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 if you try to use that website and there are any problems at all, please call me, call the city, so that it's working, because I think we need to know, and people have more confidence when they can do it. The specific site that the 3 people had called on to report, it turns out we had very positive action. The city had gotten a hold of the owners of the property who were engaged in trying to solve it as we did it. But I think those reports help because it causes the follow-up. It shows people, hey, things are being watched. I also did follow up. I had 3 or 4 other calls of the Cass Street, 513 Cass Street. Again, they had problems on the website. I put in a report for 513 Cass to see if it goes through at this point, but that's another one. I think we intend to follow up, and I think our attorneys are set. Yeah.
Yep, we actually just sent out another letter, and not only we had previously sent it, as the owners are in Arizona, by mail and certified mail, but I also found an email address for them directly and sent it, have not received a response yet, but sometimes email actually does work better than old-fashioned mail, so we are certainly pursuing that.
And my hope is on that one, if we have to take action, we'll do the injunction right with the initial lawsuit.
Yep, understood.
That way they can't ignore us. There was one other thing, and of course I'm getting old.
Yep, I have a clarifying question. When did our fine start for the listing? When can we start charging that?
Well, I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head.
So
Was there after we passed it?
yeah, so there is a 20-day
Okay.
cooling off period that starts, I believe, from when the city has the ordinance as approved, published, that it's been approved. And I think that has to happen, and please don't hold me to this, but I think that has to happen within like a week, maybe. of when it gets approved. So you're talking about, let's just say a month.
Okay.
Before it takes effect and we can start fining and ticketing based on that new ordinance. So, and regarding the Cass Street House, if we don't have any kind of positive update, it's our intent to bring a request to City Council for consideration at your next regularly scheduled meeting. So,
And I remembered the last thing, the article in today's paper about the possible change to the zoning regarding setbacks sparked a bunch of calls to me. People were excited that we waited and are happy that the city is saying, talk to not only the landowners that will be affected, but their neighbors. And they're looking forward to seeing the map of what this entails.
Okay.
So I think that was an important thing for us to do.
Thank you. Okay. All right, if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and adjourn.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody. Really appreciate you
Yes.
coming in.
Yeah, thank you.